Okay, good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, the 6th of February, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Today, I want to talk about AI tools that we can use for free to help us in building our business. This came about as a consequence of a webinar that I was on over the weekend. I'm not sure if any of you heard about it or participated in it yourselves, but Eric Worre hosted a live event on Saturday about an exciting new tool that he was launching, and it was an AI tool. Yeah, okay, I can see Barbara Richmond, you're raising your hand, you were on the call. Mike and I both attended it, and we kind of chatted afterwards. It was an excellent tool. He was very, very excited about it. He had basically downloaded all of his information that he has ever shared, all of his trainings, his content from his books, all that type of stuff. Fantastic resource library there. Had downloaded everything into this new app, this tool, and also had his video and his his being filmed, recorded in every which way, of course, and his voice. And it enabled you to ask the AI tool a question about network marketing, and you would get an answer with Eric Worre speaking to you, right, and giving you your answer. It was pretty cool. I looked at it, I was like, this is really impressive. Um, of course, it had a price tag attached to it. And I was curious, is this going to be worth the price? I don't want to criticize this tool at all, but this is what I did when I use a particular AI. I'm going to share it with you today on a regular basis. It's called Bard, and it comes from Google. Everyone's heard of ChatGPT. This one is a similar one. It's not available at the moment in Canada, just for reference, but Bing has a version, and we've got ChatGPT, which is available. Both are free resources. So I'm going to use Bard today just as an example, and we'll go from there. But like I said, it works in the same way that these other ones do, and it's free of charge. So what I did while we were on the call was, as he was asking his platform a question, I thought, well, I'll just ask Bard the same question and see what answer it gives me. This is a free service, right? So the answers were fantastic. I've got a question ready, Pam.
Yes, Ben, could you spell that for me? I'm
Yeah,
not
sure,
exactly
absolutely. Yeah,
sure with your accent.
yeah. My accent is going to play up a little bit, isn't it? It is called, oops, Bard. Bard. I've put it in the chat. So I'm going to show you. So I asked Bard the same questions as he was asking, and I got much more comprehensive answers. It was phenomenal. And by the way, you can hit a little button and have it speak to you versus just read it. If you want to have it in a voice, it'll speak back its answers to you. But it was much more comprehensive. I thought this is great. The only thing that you're paying for there is Eric Worre's face and voice. So if you want that, of course, go ahead. Like I said, I don't. This is not a judgment on his tool. I've not used his tool. What it did was it stimulated a question for me of, let's start showing people how to use these tools that are so readily available, because they're awesome. Sue, I've got another question.
Yeah. Sorry, I hate to interrupt. You had said that it was like Eric work, all his information had been downloaded and whatever.
Hmm.
So when that question was asked, was the information that was given back Eric Worre would
Yeah.
define it or answer that question, or it was AI just using his voice?
No, it would have been Eric Worre's information.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
that's
so
interesting.
yeah, so to that point, you've got a very credible and reliable source of information there that you're getting specific feedback on. So to that end, it's a very credible and beneficial tool, right? So what I want to do though is show you some examples of what we can use for free. And you might use this and go, hey, I'm going to check out Eric's stuff and jump on it and have a great time with it. Again, I just want to reiterate, this is not a criticism of Eric's tool. It just stimulated a conversation, and I thought this is worth sharing. So it's kind of been a springboard for me to share this with you today. So I'm going to I'm going to do a share screen, and we will jump in, and I will show you what I wrote down a list of questions just in preparation. So this is going to be a very unscripted lesson today, right? Which I think makes me a little nervous. I often go unscripted, but not when I'm using technology. Right? When I'm using technology, I always want to be a little bit more prepared. But I wrote down some questions here that I felt, or some topics that I have had experience with AI helping me in building business, right? And answering questions, just any question whatsoever under the sun. And you can dig really deep. What are the best daily habits that I should practice as a network marketer? And it will list you the best daily habits, right? Then you can drill down and say, when you say adding new people to your contact list, how do I do that when I've expired my contact list? It will tell you how to do that. You can drill down, drill down, drill down, right? It's very interactive. And it works like a conversation too. Once you've started a conversation, you don't need to, like if you're doing a Google search and doing a second Google search, go right back to the beginning and rephrase everything again. Once you're on a topic of conversation, it carries on as a topic of conversation, and it gets better and better and better as you go. So I'll show you how that works in just a second. Mentoring, it can give you great mentoring advice. You can tell it what you're struggling with, and it'll actually give you meaningful feedback. If you write, and I'm going to pause here for this next one, the world is evolving dramatically, right? And we are seeing that the impact that technology is having on business is transforming business, is creating new landscapes, and it is definitely impacting the direct sales world. And we see a number of direct sales companies recently have launched affiliate programs in order to be more competitive with the entrepreneurial landscape that we're in. And so they are finding different ways to get to market, to get to the customer, to be contemporary, modern, and to use existing trends in a positive way. So there's all sorts of things going on here. But certainly technology plays an integral part in our ability to build a strong business for the future. To that end, it can help you write newsletters. It certainly helps me with my newsletter. It does a great edit. I certainly noticed when I wrote my book, a huge difference when we went from having written the completed document to then going through and editing the complete document. That was a laborious task that we went through 2 or 3 times before we got to the finished, polished product that got published. And it's the same with newsletters, with blogs, with email campaigns, all that type of thing. It can both write them for you. You can edit together. You can have it rewrite it. You can craft it together, drill down, get it to however big or long or small you want it. But it can help you with email campaigns, blogs, newsletters, you name it. Social media posts, not just social media posts, but also social media strategies and calendars. What are the key dates in any given year that I need to be mindful of in order to be relevant in my conversations, okay? Because social media is all about creating relevant, engaging content, right? It's not just about consistently posting. It's about having engaging content, right? And what is going to be relevant at what particular time. It can help with that. Flyers. I had to write a flyer for my Pink Day event on March 9th. I can show you how it can help you write a flyer to get promoted either in social media groups, or if you want to get it designed and then artworked and then passed out, it can help you with that as well. Industry insights. Bob, go ahead. Oh, you're still muted.
Okay.
There you go.
When you write this, when AI writes this this content for you, is it compliant?
Yeah, 100%. This is the great thing, right? So you can even, and that's one of my points, is it can also help you with making appropriate claims that are compliant. Okay, so because it takes in all the information that is available on every industry that is available on the planet, it knows it all, right? So you can certainly pull in information and say, write a compliant, it all depends on the instruction you give it. And we'll use some examples today for me to illustrate the point. What you just raised, Bob, is a fantastic question. So I'm going to show you how it can do that for us today. Because one of the challenges that we've always faced in network marketing, and I've experienced this in Nikan, and when I've worked corporately in other companies in the industry, is compliance will always give you feedback based on what is not allowed, right? They're not the marketing team, right? So they don't come back and tell you a great way to put it would be this, right? They just say, you can't say that, right? It's then up to us to figure out a better way to say it. So really we're getting half the story when we're working with compliance to get our marketing messages out there. So AI can help us get the other half right. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that as well. Editing, if you want to dig deeper, tips on entrepreneurship, personal development, you name it, it can give you all of that. If you want to put together a business plan or create a strategy for growing your business, it can help you with that as well. So does it have I sold you on these the benefits of AI? Okay, so let me do a share screen and we'll jump in. And maybe within the chat, you might want to, because like I said, this part here is going to be unscripted. We're going to do it live together. You might want to ask some questions in the chat that you'd like me to ask AI as examples. So if there's anything that's kind of whirling around in your mind, like Bob said, share me a compliant product claim about this particular product or about the business, you know, away we go. Okay, so let's have a play. Now, keep in mind, it's not going to know all the ins and outs of every technology in NECAM. There are going to be some limitations there. Okay, so, but we can certainly give it information and it can work with that and then respond accordingly. Okay, so let's get into the share screen and we'll get going. Okay, do you see Google in front of you, a Google home screen? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to just type in the top here, Bard. You see it comes up, bard.google.com. I've already set up my account, so it's just going to go straight to it for me, okay? It keeps different subjects that you've already had in the left-hand column here. So you can go back to previous conversations. It saves them, which means when you go back to those subjects, it maintains the information that you've already had, and you can continue on as normal. So I'm going to just enter a prompt here, and let's get going. So let's start with, I did this one the other day, as you can see from the left, but oops. What are some excellent, my E button's sticking, daily habits for a network marketer? Just for giving some general advice here, okay? And okay, building a successful network marketing business requires consistent effort and dedication. Here are some excellent daily habits that can help you on your journey. And by the way, I can click this button here.
Building a successful network marketing business requires consistent effort and dedication.
And
here are some excellent daily habits that can help you on your journey. Growth and networking. Connect with new people.
Okay, so we can listen through here, but look at some of the examples that it's given here. For daily activities, connect with new people. Aim to talk to 2 to 5 new people a day, either online or in person. Does this sound like great advice that it's starting to give us already? And it's got it in different areas of activity as well. Nurturing existing relationships and creating new content. Valuable content such as blogs, videos, social media posts that educates, entertains, and attracts your target audience. Be consistent and authentic. So that's around growth, personal development, set SMART goals, plan your day, read, listen, and learn, develop a positive mindset, action and consistency, take daily action, track your progress, celebrate wins, develop self-discipline. And here are a couple of bonus ones. Maintain a healthy lifestyle, be ethical and transparent. Consistency is the key. Stick to these habits. I mean, this is great advice that you got in just a few seconds. Now, here's the cool thing. I'm going to go up here, and it says here on the first one, connect with new people, aim to talk to 2 to 5 new people a day, either online or in person. Well, that's great advice, but what if I'm stuck there? What if I've expired my contact list? All of my warm list is expired. So I'm going to say, you mentioned connecting with 2 to 5 people, a day, but I am stuck there. My list is limited. How can I change that? So you can treat this like a conversation. Notice I'm referring to their answer. I'm not having to reword or start the whole conversation again. I'm just carrying on here. And it even shows empathy. I understand your frustration. Well, thank you for understanding. Feeling stuck with a limited network can be a major hurdle in growing your network marketing business. Here are some strategies to help you expand your reach and connect with more people. Optimize your social media profiles, and then it gives you examples as to how to do that. Utilize online communication communities, join Facebook groups, forums, online communities, and so on. Leverage online tools. Seek offline connections. Attend industry events. Volunteer in your community. Join local business groups. Host your own events. Leverage your existing network. Ask for referrals. Collaborate with others. Run contests or giveaways. Focus on quality over quantity. Provide value. Be consistent. Can you see the great advice that it gives? This is all 100% free, and you can continue to dig deeper and deeper and deeper with all of these. So I could say, for example, I won't do it here because I want to go on to some of the other topics to give you further examples. But I could drill down when it says optimize my social media profiles to going, I want to really build my business on Instagram or on TikTok because I'm seeing that's where things are going to go. So maybe I just go here. I think TikTok, could be a great platform to work with. How could I build my audience there? Oops. Okay, and there, off you go. It gives you your strategy for building your TikTok platform if that's where you want to go. Niche down, authenticity matters, value first, promotion later. Trends are your friends, storytelling is key. Engagement and community building, respond to questions and comments, run contests, collaborate with other creators, go live regularly. Paid advertising if you want to do that. Be consistent, measure and adapt. So review and analyze your audience. Patience is a virtue. I mean, this is phenomenal advice and it's free. So you can see what it does here is whatever question you've got, it's going to respond to you like an expert sat in your corner. And the great thing is I've tried to get it to give me unbiased or prejudiced advice. It refuses. It won't do it, right? So it's got its own limitations and restrictions there, which I think is great. So let's try another example where, let me see, I've got my event coming up on March 9th, okay? So I'm gonna get off here and so I can write a little bit easier here. So I have, my E is broken. Oops. Event at my home. Everyone's going to see my address here. On March 9th from 11:30 to 1 p.m. Mountain Time. I am promoting a new pink collagen product. There will be, let me see, samples, giveaways, and lots of fun. There will also be, excuse me while I'm writing this, but you can kind of work along with me while we do it. A live Zoom with a product expert to train about it. Please write a flyer to promote the event and invite my friends and connections to come along. Be fun, playful, compelling, and make it an event they won't want to miss. Okay, so I'm giving them a little bit of instruction here. You want to give them the language and the vernacular style. Also, maintain a professional tone. Okay, so I want it to be professional, playful, exciting, compelling. I've given it the event details. Let's see what it comes up with. sometimes writing these flyers can be a bind, right? We don't know where to start, and it takes us a while to get this done. Here you go. It's even given us a title, Glowing Up with Pink, Collagen Party. Join us for an exclusive sneak peek at the hottest new beauty trend, pink collagen. Mark your calendars on Thursday, March 9th from 11:30. I've got the day wrong there. It's a Saturday. At my cozy home. What awaits you? Be the first to discover pink collagen. Indulge in delicious samples and learn all about its amazing benefits for radiant skin, healthy hair, and vibrant energy. This is great. I haven't even told it anything about the product yet, but it knows what collagen is. Score fabulous giveaways. Leave with a little pink in your step thanks to exciting door prizes and goodies you won't want to miss. Unleash your inner glow. Join our live Zoom session. Fun food and friends, light refreshments. I mean, this just sounds great. Why you can't miss it? Exclusive access, expert insights, fun and festive, community connection. RSVP today, spaces are limited. Reserve your spot. I didn't give my phone number, so I can insert that. Can't make it in person, join us virtually via Zoom. Details will be given. So it's given us everything. Let's raise a glass, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so there you go. So, and it says here, I cannot verify the safety or efficacy of the product, so please exercise caution and conduct your own research. So going to Bob's point, it knows its boundaries here. Adjust the flyer design and wording to match your personal style. I hope this helps. Now this is the fun thing. I might look at that. You might look at that and go, that's a fantastic flyer, right? I might look at that and go, that's maybe a little bit too much information. Right? Maybe we need to trim it down a bit because I want to have more pictures, less copy, and just make it a bit more punchy. So I'm going to ask it to rework it. Please rework this and make the copy tighter, punchier, and to the point. Less is better. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so you can see it's worked it again, and it's made it much shorter. And you can edit and work away. Bob, you've got a question.
Yeah, well, you just covered it. I've been messing around with this Bard also with biomimicry. Okay.
Yeah.
And I find it very intriguing, but at the bottom of the screen, it gives me a choice to make it a short version, a long version, a simple version, a professional version. All you have to do is click the icon and it automatically changes everything on the screen to that thing. So that's what you did, only you asked it to do it. Then you started out in the professional mode, and I think with what I found out, and I might be wrong in my experimentation with this, that it comes out in a pretty simple form to begin with if you don't instruct it like you did. And then you can go in and change it. And, if you want to make it professional, if you want to make it street language, hey, man, you ought to buy this stuff,
Exactly. Like,
So that's a key. That's what I really liked about it. And I showed it to Sue, and I said, well, punch this button and read it again. And it just kept changing it to whatever, She said, oh, I like that one. And I said, well, I like the more professional one. So it kind of fits into whatever you desire. So
exactly. To that point, let me give you an example. My audience is all women. Please use a female voice. Be informal, social, and fun. So let me add one more word. Fun and playful in the invitation. Let's see how it changes it, just doing that as an example, just to illustrate Bob's point here. There you go. Cool. See the difference? Girl, get glowing with pink collagen. Calling all Lehigh ladies obsessed with fierce vibes and flawless faces. Spill the tea on March 9th. Think pink collagen samples that'll make your skin scream yes. Giveaways hotter than a summer fling, and live Zoom sesh with a beauty boss babe spilling all the glow up secrets. See how it changed the language there? So it really just comes down to the instruction that you give it. The more instruction you give it, the better it will be. And one of the best tricks that I've learned in using this is the request to rework, to craft, to edit, to refine, and to polish. You can go back. You don't need to take its first response as perfection. You can drill down and work with it and get it as clean and as crisp or as on point as you want it to be. Dr. Karen, you got a question?
Actually, it's a comment. I've been using AI.
Yeah.
And you can also, what I've been doing with it is write something in 100 words or less.
Yeah.
Okay. And make it this way, just like you're describing. The other thing I do, I just like to have some fun with it. And because it is a conversation. So I always say please, and I always say thank you at the end. And when you say thank you, it comes back with a comment. Oh, you're so welcome. Call on me again. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's good. And what I've found, I do the same thing. I can't help but say please and thank you in it. But I have found that when you say this really helped and you give it feedback, it stores that because, okay, I know that this was helpful for you. I will lean into that again when we're moving in this direction on a similar conversation. We'll go along this route. So it becomes really helpful. So Gloria.
This is awesome, Ben. Thank you. Two things. One, can you ask it to add photos? And what I typed in the question was, do we worry about plagiarism for a flyer, a blog, an article?
Okay, good question. So this is a text and voice tool. So it won't add photographs. It'll provide you the copy for your flyer, but you'll then need to design it yourself.
Okay.
Now, having said that, there are design tools that integrate AI as well. So if you are inclined to do your own design work, for example, then there is software where AI can make that easier. And what software you might want to use, you simply need to ask Bard or AI. Okay, so I can put in what design tools use AI best. And it will come up with an answer here. It'll give you a list. For visual design, it's got all these different ones here. For content creation, for user experience design, and then it gives you advice on picking your picking your tools. And then you can go in further and say which ones are free, which ones offer trial runs because these all come with a price, all that kind of stuff, right? So again, whatever question you've got, it will give you the answer. In terms of what was the second question? Plagiarism. This works fine on this basis. If you're a university student, this is where universities are differing, right? Because they don't want their students using AI to write their assignments. They want it to be AI free. But there is technology that universities use to make sure that people aren't using it and they pick up on it and they say that was generated with AI, go back, write it again, right? Or that was plagiarism. So they get their hands slapped in an academic environment because that's preventing the learning process they want their students to go through. For us as entrepreneurs, this is open landscape. This is free reign for us to make the most of it. Pam.
Yes, a year ago, my son set me down and said, Mom, how much time are you spending writing your emails and all? Okay. And he said, you got to get with it. You got to get with AI. Yeah. He has rental property. And so he uses it to write contracts. Yeah. I mean, the vast benefit of this is amazing. And I used it. I felt bad, but my niece needed a recommendation for medical school. And so I put in her qualities and said I needed in 4 sentences. Yeah. And I changed it, okay, because some of it wasn't me. So I changed some words from beacon to brilliant. So things like that. Yeah. And I've used it not all the time, but a lot. And every fall I do a postcard, okay, out our front porch, okay, to our group. And on the back, I ask AI to write, there's a rainbow on here you can't see, to write that Nikan is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Yeah. And I changed words here again, shortened it. I think the poem's magnificent.
Yeah, so. It's incredible. So I would just I'll stop screen sharing here because we're up on time. But this is what I would say is, yeah, make full use of this. This, like I showed at the beginning, this can answer technical questions about how to build your network marketing business. If you want to learn how to build your list, if you want to build it online or offline, if you want to drill deep into particular platforms, it will educate, train, and inform you better than anything. And like I said, you can click that listen button and you can respond just by listening. If you want to, type in all your questions during the day and then listen to the answers at the end of the day when you're lying in bed and have a listen, go through and do it that way. But this is just really, really helpful because, like I said, it will drill down and show you how to do everything you want to do. It'll provide you all that support. I think it's superior to Google when it comes to asking questions. You can even ask it to provide you links and resources and what have you, and it will pull up links and resources if you wanted to look for particular reference points, if you want it to be give you places to go research better. So my invitation is just to use this. It is a resource that will help you build your business in whatever way, online, offline, you name it. If you get a prospect that comes back with a difficult concern and you don't know how to answer it, ask Google, ask AI. It'll give you a wonderful response, and it will help you in resolving concerns, dealing with objections, building sales funnels, websites, you name it. Whatever your tools and resources are, it's going to be here to help. So I hope this has been a help. Like I said, I really enjoy using it. You can see other people are already using it as well and having a lot of fun with it. This is an example of an AI platform. There are a number of different platforms that are out there already that you can use for free. I've deliberately gone to a free option because it's always good when we don't have to spend money and download tools and pay for it and what have you. So I hope this was helpful. Like I said, it's absolutely free. And it should, if we want to be relevant next year, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, then this type of technology definitely needs to integrate into our learning journey because it is very, very educational for us. So thank you all very much, and we'll see you next week. Oh, by the way, I'm going to give you a heads up on what I'm going to do. Oh, you'll see me tonight. Yes.
Oh, sure.
There you go. You'll see me tonight. But next month's class, what I'm going to do for next month, I'm giving you a heads up already because I've already got the subject nailed down, is how to build, for those of you that are wanting to build an Instagram account and grow your business online using social media, I'm going to have my wife, Kim, join us. My wife, Kim, has her own Instagram account with over 20,000 followers that she's built up organically. She's got many of her videos have gone viral with hundreds of thousands of views. She's got brands that reach out to her wanting to collaborate with her as a brand partner and as an influencer. She does it all around DIY. She built this bookshelf that you see behind me in my office. She does all that kind of stuff in her house. It's a DIY channel. But what she's learned in that process in growing an audience and developing relationships, creating relevant content is going to be very, very helpful. She is excellent at what she does. So I'm going to have her come on next month and do the presentation or the training for us. And it'll be how to use Instagram to grow your business. Okay, so look forward to that. I'll give you a heads up for that one too. Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day to you and Kim.
Thank you, Linda. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Valentine's Day to everyone too. See you tonight, guys.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.